Okay, so the mainstream media of Star Wars is now ended. And what I mean by that is like, hey, the movies that they've been releasing for like 30 years now, it's over. So I thought it'd be a good time to do another tier list. And the way I thought about this is, there's three trilogies, and each trilogy has the best and the worst. I think anybody could say that. So then we're gonna kind of just list them. And at the end, once I got each trilogy listed, I will come back and kind of nitpick, maybe move some stuff around. But I have them ordered from 1 to 9, and they also have Rogue One and Solo on here. I'll just toss those in as a little bonus. But yeah, that's it. So we're gonna do another list, and hope you guys enjoy. So let's get into it. So episode 1, I have a lot of problems with. I'll say a lot of problems. I mean, like, looking back, it's like this is when CGI has been implemented a lot, and even today, when you see like there's some rough CGI, you come back in a year or two, and it's gonna look even worse. I'm always been a fan of practical over CGI. I see the point of why you have that CGI. It's just less. I don't even know if it's less time consuming, but I'm not. I'm not in the business, so I just know I love practical effects. So we'll get into that with the original trilogy and Force Awakens. The practical effects, oh my god, like it makes it hold up so well because it's there. You know what I mean? If you didn't know this, episode 1, they're promoting Darth Maul a lot, and I think that's the biggest mistake out of the whole thing was killing Darth Maul off, because having Darth Maul be kind of where the Dooku was, like a recurring villain, would have been really cool. And then like him being taken out maybe in place of like Grievous or something like that, Obi-Wan invested him, that would have been a lot cooler in my opinion. I mean, there is things people can say, whatever, it doesn't matter. Another little fact is when episode 1, 2, and 3 came out, I was the same age as my father was when 4, 5, and 6 came out. Like, so we were the same age when the first and the second and the third of each of those came out, which is really cool. And we'll always have that. So, Phantom Menace has political stuff, rough CG. I mean, it built upon the world. It showed us the Jedi Order. Introduced midichlorians, which everybody's kind of like, So, I don't know if I'd give it a B. Duel of the Fates is maybe the best fight, besides maybe episode 3, maybe. I think Phantom Menace, if we're looking at Star Wars, oh god, I don't know if I put this in B tier, guys. Purely on nostalgia, I'm gonna put it very B minus-y. Okay, just for now. I might come back. Clone Wars, my wife says she doesn't have a problem with it, but I have a massive problem with the way Hayden Christensen acts in these films. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's directing. I didn't mind him in Jumper like at all, which is of course after these films, but the fandom is pretty toxic, and I don't even know if he acts anymore, to be honest. But there's cool things. We got to see Django. We got to see, because let's be honest, Boba Fett didn't do anything in the originals. But Boba Fett did nothing, but he was still like a really ominous, cool character. The presence of him, his appearance, it was enough. Episode 2, holy god, I mean, it is rough for me to watch. I just, the lightsaber duel in the end is really wonky. The Clone Wars itself is pretty cool. Dude, I don't like this movie. I don't like episode 2 at all. I don't really want to harp on it because it's old, it's just, but I do not like that film. I think Revenge of the Sith is A tier. There's so much in the film. There's a whole lot of lightsaber fights. If you like lightsaber fights, there's I think they could have maybe did a little bit better going into Vader's mind after he killed Windu or helped kill Windu, because it's like it's kind of jarring, especially when I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, okay, so he messed up with Windu, and literally it feels like minutes later he's killing kids. So it's like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like that's my biggest problem with episode 3. There's a lot of stuff going on in episode 3. I think episode 3 is a fun movie to watch as well. I wish Grievous fight was a little bit better, but there is a lot that happens in the film. So I mean, the third acts of Star Wars movies usually do have like just stuff happening a lot. So there's at least that. They're always going to be pretty fun to watch, even though they might not be the very best. So now we have New Hope. Nah, there's no way. There's no way. I gotta move that. I put New Hope as B tier. I know it started it, and there's like no way you can really compare it to the rest. New Hope, I got it as a B. S is just gonna be for one movie, and that's it. Don't even think of S as like a, you know, even really like a tier. That's just the best in my opinion. So these are the ones we're worried about. This is, you know, obviously I hate these. B, because I don't know, it's so revolutionary. It might be an A, but I think going back and watching it, you know, the beginning is slow paced, I guess is the way to put it. I tried to watch it the other day, and like I think I actually fell asleep. Like that's as terrible as that sounds. But it is a pretty old movie now. It takes a little while to get going, but I do love it. The practical scenes is a marvelous achievement in film. It obviously is revolutionary. The filmmaking world. I've watched several documentaries about it. It's crazy the movie even got made, even came out and was as big as it was. But I'll put that as a B. It's above, I guess it's above the worst. It's not in the I'm gonna watch it every time I get a chance to, you know what I mean? Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie of all. It takes what the first one did, expands. The bad guys win in the end. The Luke Vader duel, the Luke Vader, the father, I am your father. That's I don't know what else there could be. I mean, the beginning with Hoth. There's just so much in this movie, man. And in the middle, I guess there's a little bit of a lull, but you can't have action nonstop. I mean, I guess you can, but Empire Strikes Back, I will watch Empire Strikes Back anytime it's on, man. I was on my honeymoon cruise, and they had a little tiny TV in the room, and it was before we went to eat dinner or something like that, or back from dinner, and it was on, and I watched it. And I watched it. I spent time for my cruise to watch a film I've watched so many times just because I sit there captivated. I'm just like, you know, I love it. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. So Return of the Jedi, I feel pretty strongly about Return of the Jedi. I think they went into marketing stuff so much, like the Ewoks and all of that. I think it started playing a big part into the films, which is kind of weird because we also have Leia in her skimpy outfit, which is how a lot of men found out they were straight to this day. They found out they were actually attracted to women. Is probably this film. I would say Return of the Jedi is probably a B for me. I'll say I feel like the film is not great until the end. Like that's how I kind of feel about Return of the Jedi. And dude, I watched the fight scene between Vader and Luke the other day, and it gave me the feels, man. Like I was sad when Luke was just wailing on him, dude. Just beating the mess out of him. It was really different. And honestly, Luke's skills as a lightsaber fighter in that film are like deceptively way better than they were in Empire Strikes Back. And I thinking back just off of memory, I didn't see that. I was like, oh, well, the fight wasn't even that much different. But no, Luke was way better in Return of the Jedi at the end. I think Palpatine's a great addition. Um, Double Death Star, I don't know about that. I don't know. That was just another plot point, I guess. But the scenes that they had at the end were really cool. Not a fan of the indoor parts. The beginning is what it is, but Return of the Jedi is not the greatest, and that's because it's like the first 2 acts I'm like, eh, and then the third act I really do enjoy the third act. So then we had the giant wait for Force Awakens, and I think just because Force Awakens played it so safe in the sense of, like, I mean, let's be honest, episode 1, Anakin blows up the droid control ship, just like Luke blows up the, you know, not just like, but he blows up the Death Star. Okay, well, they blow up Starkiller Base. There's a giant weapon that's going to kill all these planets. They have to get, you know what I mean? Let's just, you can watch up all the similarities wherever you want, but I think Force Awakens is a B. I think Kylo, for everyone that doesn't like Kylo and doesn't enjoy, I think they could have definitely made it, they could have ironed out his flip-flopping through the films and not made it so jarring every time. Just, it's just like, you know, he's like just kind of, that's the way it feels at any given point. Also, Kylo is just he's, besides Darth Vader, you know what I mean, Darth Vader is obviously the coolest, but my god, dude, Kylo, when he shows up and he catches that bolt and the stuff he does, he's so menacing in the voice. And you know, at the end when he kills Han, it's really, you really tell how broken he is as a character. And I honestly think Kylo is the best part of the whole new trilogy. Like, I think that's it. I think there's obviously problems with him, but Kylo's my favorite character out of them. And I dropped on the lightsabers and like all the other fans and stuff like that, but looking back, I definitely think it's one of the better films. Like, I could watch Force Awakens every time too, as well. You know what I mean? Any of these I could watch. Last Jedi, I think it goes without saying. If you know me as a person, I absolutely hate this film. I think it's a damn shame that JJ didn't get to do it. There's so many plot points that just went against what characters were, in my opinion. The film itself is fucking boring. The whole Finn and Rose thing, literally she doesn't even appear on screen till 47 minutes into the film. Pretty weird and late to introduce like a whole new section of a story that's going to have its own arc. You know what I mean? Not like it's a new character that's going to go along with some of the other stuff. It's like Finn woke up, he sees Rose, and then like minutes later, like, you know, a few minutes later, they got their whole new thing that has to get developed and worked out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's a chase scene the whole movie. Rey didn't literally train with Luke hardly at all. He taught her 2 lessons. He said he was going to teach her 3. He taught her 2 lessons. There was not like any like actual saber fighting. She was just teaching herself. He didn't really teach her much. Luke, the way he was, they could have did a better chance explaining like why he was scared, why he was broken, you know, why he decided this was the way he should be. There could be more exposition. Like, I know they did explain it in a way. Like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, Luke's always had like a dark spot, right? Like, you know, when he beat down his father, he had that fleeting moment where he's going to kill Ben. Like, as weird as it is to kill someone for dreaming or whatever, having visions, like, you think if someone is manipulating someone else, that as strong as Luke's supposed to be, he would sense something was wrong besides it just being Kylo's thoughts, you know, with Palpatine influencing him. I don't like how the film ends, even though I think it's kind of badass. I don't like how Luke just dies. There's a fight, but the fight with Kylo and Rey and in the Red Guard is really cool. I think the Holdo thing blowing up through the ship, that scene is cool. It opens up a whole kit and caboodle thing of why we don't just use more ships to just blow through stuff like that. If that's what every one of them can do, that's a problem. I think the scene on the planet with the salt planet was actually pretty good. There's just not much about this film I'd like at all. And when you get to Rise of Skywalker, if you haven't seen it, like pretty much they use very little from this film. And I think that's because of how bad a majority of us feel. And as much as critics and anybody else wants to say this film is great, it's the fans that have the rights to say, you know what I mean? Like, critics can say whatever they want and they can like what they want, but we're the majority. What we say should go, really. And unfortunately with this film is ushering like a new era of, hey, shitting on Star Wars is like the popular thing to do. And I'm not a fan of that kind of mindset. It's so mob mentality. Going into Rise of Skywalker, I watched a lot of people that I actually agree with and people I have in the past supported, and they shit on the film. When I got out, like, I have my own mind. Just because I like those people doesn't mean they're right. When I watched it, they're wrong. Like, Rise of Skywalker's not bad. It's fun as hell to watch. I gave my review about it and I said it would be a 6 or 7. I would say, depending on where you sit and how you feel, I actually would expand that. I would say, not for me, but 6 to 8. And I'm actually somewhere in the middle now. Like, I'm saying it's a solid 7. It could be an 8. You know, now that I've had like a week or so to digest it, I think for watching purposes, I think Rise of Skywalker is right here. I think it's the best of its trilogy. So therefore I'm going to place it here. Like I said in the beginning, I'm going off trilogies, right? And I know we got Return of the Jedi, and I don't know where I'd put these two interchangeably. You know, I think if this movie had been better and this could have had some changes because of this being better, the new trilogy could have been the best. But I gotta give it to the original trilogy as being the best. My opinion. I think Rise of Skywalker, let's get back to Rise of Skywalker. I think it's fun. It's fast paced. There's things that are wrong with it. I got a whole review about it. I don't want to spill on it too bad, but the more I think about it, the more it is really fun. Just like, I feel like there's problems with any of these films or stuff you nitpick, right? You're like, it doesn't make sense. The kid did just a little bit better. Empire Strikes Back is perfect. You can never change my mind ever. I'm solidified. You're not changing my mind. Empire Strikes Back is the best. The rest of the stuff we can talk about. You know what I mean? You're not going to change my mind on this one or this one. The very worst and the very best, you're not changing my mind about, okay? You're not. You can change my mind about this and this. All this. Not this one or this one. It's not happening. So, that's my thoughts. I think Empire's the best. Episode 3... I would have to see Rise of Skywalker more times if I decide it's still like, oh, this is, you know, I don't think it's as good of a conclusion as this is. Let's go straight into another. I also think Rogue One, we'll throw these extras on here. I think Rogue One is really good. That scene with Darth Vader in the end is the best scene in Star Wars history. It is the very best. You won't change my mind about that. The Darth Vader rampage scene is the best. I think Solo is also not as bad as people thought it was. I also enjoy Solo. You could hate on me as much as you want. People will probably be like, how do you have these so far away from each other? I don't care, man. That's my opinion. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was really stupid that people boycotted this film because of this one, when in reality it should have been boycotting this one because of this one. Like, this guy, some director, somebody not connected at all. Like, this is the main story, right? Like, you should have boycotted that one. This one got shit on because of it. Had plenty of reshoots and stuff. But I don't think Solo was that bad of a movie. Even though, because of its performance, it has now put a halt to these side stories, which is unfortunate because I thought Rogue One was pretty damn good. I liked it. So that kind of sucks. With this now, it's like, okay, well, this one has started a downwards decline. So this one did bad. This one's not doing as good as projected. I almost put predicted and projected together. So we'll have to just see if it recoups. There's obviously going to be a little bit of a lull now with Disney Plus. I'm not really sure if I'd be surprised if they took a break from these and put them on the shelf for a little bit, which I think was kind of a thing they should have done anyway. Was when you're releasing a Star Wars movie every year, it's not like Marvel, in my opinion. Like, I want to be excited, right? Like, I am excited for these films, but when you got one every year, it's like, oversaturation is a thing, you know? I have watched like almost every Marvel movie, but I really enjoyed them. And now going forward in the future, I don't know, because holy shit, like we ain't got hardly anybody. No Iron Man, no Captain America, you know what I mean? So that's my rankings. I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. This is like a remake of this one. I'm gonna leave it there. It's got practical effects. I love practical effects. I think Return of the Jedi might be better than this one. I don't think Phantom Menace is worse than this, so I think I'm okay with this list, actually. Just the way it is. So what were your thoughts, man? What do you think is the worst and what do you think is the best? And let's try to make it civil. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications. We might do more Star Wars stuff in the future. We might not. I'm not really sure. I kind of just lately been doing whatever I feel like doing, you know, and I think that's a good way to be happy. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you agree and didn't get too mad at me. Catch out my live streams on twitch.tv/IMrBigWhite. Follow me on twitter.com/IMrBigWhite for updates when I go live, and I hope to see you guys soon. May the force be with you.